Alright, we're going to talk about how to use a radium release hitch so that we can pass a knot through a brake bar. So you can see here that our brake bar is all set up. We come to the point where we see a knot is coming in. We need to guesstimate about 3 meters or so, not quite that much of space. And then we need to close off this brake bar so it's completely full on all the bars. And then we're going to wrap it twice to make sure that we have all the bars engaged, and then just put an overhand knot down here on the rope and make sure that that knot is close to the brake bar so you can see that there's no way that this can pull back up through. So this is completely locked off, and here's the knot we're going to need to pass. So now what we need to do is build a radium release hitch, and we start out by putting a 3-wrap prusik on our system, making sure that it's dressed properly. It'll bite on the rope, and then we'll put a carabiner on there, and a carabiner up here on our anchor. And now we're going to take our 8mm cord. Remember, this is 10 meters long, so 30 feet. We're basically going to build a radium release hitch. So to build a radium release hitch, we start with our figure 8 on a bite at the bottom. Make sure that's dressed. Tighten down to just a small loop. We're going to attach that down here on the load end. And then we're going to put it through our carabiner up on the anchor end, then back through the load end. And then up here we want to build a munter hitch. So we basically just build that hitch, clip it in, and now we've got our radium release hitch in place. Now to tie that off, I want to put a mule hitch here. There's the mule hitch, and then put an overhand knot here. So basically now this is tied off as well. So now I can take the load down off of my brake bar, it's going to be a little hard to see it as it feeds, and shift the load over to the radium release hitch. So I'll do that now by taking off the overhand knot, releasing the brake bar, and I've got no gloves on right now so you can see what I'm doing, but you need to have gloves on for this operation. So we're going to take off that brake bar piece. That one off. Work down here until we can handle the load. Oop, so we can see that that's about right. So now I'm going to pay that out. You can see this isn't grabbing yet, so you got to make sure that it's grabbing. Feed that out, and now you can see that that load has transferred over, and I have slack here. So I can finish removing the brake bar from the system. Now I can move down to where the knot is, make sure the knot is past the brake bar system, re-thread all of the bars, when I have all the bars re-threaded, I can tie this off as well. An overhand knot on here to secure it. Okay, so now we're traded over. So now we're going to move back up to the radium release hitch. Release the overhand. Release there. Now we've got the munter. You can see it here. And now I can feed this out under control. Remember, I have quite a bit of distance here to go. That's why it's nice to use the radium release hitch, because it gives me a lot of distance to work with. Here comes our knot, and look at that one, just about perfect. We're going to feed right to the point where we're taking that in. So I was cutting a little close, but in order to get 2 wraps around the brake bar, so I might only needed 1. Could have had a little bit more there, but now I can switch that over, and you can see the load has now switched over to this side. I can take the radium release hitch out of the system, remove the overhand, release my brake bar. Now I'm back to where I can control the system this way. So basically we just pass that knot very simply and under control at all times.